Hey there, you. Welcome back to another spiritual oracle card reading. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm talking about reading cards for your spirit, for the part of you that's called the spiritual identity. Everybody's got a spirit in them. It's that presence of God or source or universe, that intelligent presence that's looking through their eyes. In that way, we are all the same. Consciousness, awareness, spirit, living inside of a human being. Yours is called you. So everything we face in life is personal. You're going to get this personalized reading. What does that mean? That means that you have done things to get to this moment in time. You've made decisions, you've followed your inspirations, you've taken mental and emotional actions to get you here right now. And if you stay here and you have this little experience with this reading, then you're going to get a reflection of information that is about you. This is absolutely about you. Now look, it's beautiful because in the spiritual dimension, or even in here on earth, we are dealing with different perspectives, different facets of a diamond. Think of it as a big diamond with different edges. And the reading is like a diamond or a crystal, right? You're going to see something or hear something that you need to hear, or that is a reflection of you, either literally or metaphorically. It has to be that way. All the readings are for everyone who watches them. They're just going to see from the angle of the crystal that they are in this moment. So sit back and take a breath. You came here to hear this. It's not telling your future. It's giving you bits and pieces of what you haven't seen in the mirror yet. The balance card. Oh, so what are we talking about? First of all, this is a perfect example of what we just said about the reading. The white light diamond is represented by this gentle man in the background. And here are all the facets of the crystal or diamond that are looking out in different directions. You've got the blue, the green, the brown. These are just ways of understanding that white light comes into the world in a variety of ways, through colors, through the color spectrum. But more so, it's a way of balancing out this world around us, knowing that each person is dealing with the same white light, but just from a slightly different angle, like we showed you with little crystals. Look at that. They're just different facets. One is here, one is there, one is there. So we're all looking at that white light just in a little bit of a different angle. Balance. You have balance when you know you are a spiritual being and a human being combined. Then you're going to be able to be back here in this balanced place of emotional wellness. What does that mean? Emotions aren't going to be pushing and pulling your thoughts or pushing and pulling your actions in the world. So when people are disgruntled or disappointed with you, isn't that something? Because they didn't have things go exactly the way they preferred. I know that I've had that experience as a self in the world where I'm disappointed. Things didn't go the way I preferred, but I'm gonna get over it. Literally, get up and over ourself by going up into that consciousness space, that balanced spiritual space. See, up there we've got the two cups here. What are those? Those are our words and our emotions, our love and our light. Love, or words, are the divine masculine side of it, and light, or emotions, are the divine feminine. And you, as this being, can balance them. Balance them. When you know you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Look, this is really the same person inside of each of them. This is the representation of that intelligent presence, that awareness, that consciousness that's inside you. So, if you know who you are, if you've balanced out your identity by knowing you are a limited self and a spirit presence and a conscious presence in the world, then when those two combine, you can take your rightful place as that being behind yourself, spiritual being, human. And what's going to happen then? You're going to be able to go through life so much easier. There'll be a flow of everything. You'll know you're in the right place at the right time. Two cards are coming out. Look at this. One of them is for the self. Isolation. We're crying. The other one is for the spirit, the receptivity card. Look at how freeing and awesome that is. These two combine to have that flow of the white light. Look at it all. We want to be receptive to all of the good stories or all of the good thoughts that we can imagine and feel up here in our conscious space. Then we're going to reflect them all out in the world, represented by the crystal person here. Ooh, isn't that neat? All those different facets of that diamond or that crystal of who we are, that we are really in isolation from everyone else, because we're having our own personal experiences in the world, getting reflected back to us. Sometimes, it's bittersweet. It's always bittersweet. There's always two sides to the human experience. So what? It's all joyful energy, all little teardrops of energy that we are experiencing as we move through this world, doing new things, whatever those things are. Even when things are kind of crappy, it doesn't matter. We still are emancipating ourselves, or we still are living as this balanced experience as the green heart chakra. You can see it right there when we put the cards this way. The green heart chakra is really what we want to use as the bridge or the doorway or the gateway to our higher self, to our better experiences of a spirit in the world. It allows us to bridge our self that has to deal with the reflections of life, and it gets us to deal with our spirit, which is open and receptive to the anything is possibleness. That green heart chakra really is the center of this, because that's the part of our spiritual body that all the other chakras really are supported by. Ooh, it's really the balance point. So waking up spiritually is number one. If you're someone that does not recognize their identity as a spirit, then you can watch some of my videos on my channel titled Spiritual Awakening, 3 Simple Steps, or identity shifting, or I've got videos called Identity Repositioning. I wrote a course called Identity Repositioning. I wrote that, I put it on a website, it's free. You can find that on my YouTube channel up in the corner. It's got a link for that. Why should we do that? Because we want to get into our soul tribe. What's that? That is all the people who are spiritually awake around us, who are living this way that I'm describing. Look at them all. There they are, the soul tribe. You can see it's this gentleman, just repeated over and over and over again, holding hands. Why? Because these are people like you and me, if you choose to be one. I am. People who have gone into the light. They understand that the light and them are friends. They understand that this world is isolated, that you are an individual in the world having your own personal reflections coming back at you based on what you think and believe and do, that light is just hitting your countenance, yourself, your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, the stories you tell yourself and others. And you want to find more and more of these people. Once you get into this identity, you're going to maybe have people mad at you. There might be people that don't understand you. Why is he turning away from us? Why doesn't he meet us where we want? Give us what we want. Why? She's saying, why don't you give me blue? Why don't you give me green? Why don't you give me brown? We can't give them that. We can only give white light. We're the isolation beings. Blue face, throat chakra, communicating spiritual light to other people through our words and our actions 24/7. We are that tribe, that soul tribe. You can decide what kind of a world you want to live in. You want to live in the world of the self, where you're fighting with people? You want to live in the world of the spirit, where you're getting back a reflection of who you are every moment of the day. And everything that happens, positive or negative, is simply the currency of light. And it really is a joyful experience just to feel and experience stuff. Ooh, we are moving forward now. Are we going to tell ourselves the story of our life? Are we going to take control of our words and our emotions as a spiritual being and describe and define who and what we are? No one can tell you, but you are free to do it. Look at that. The higher ground is where we're going. That's what we're talking about, going up to the higher ground, getting out of the world of the colors, taking that colorful yellow joy teardrops with us of energy so that we can blossom as this spiritual being having a human experience. Look how much bigger we can get. There she is. aren't you so nice being that flower? And you know what's going to happen as that flower? When we get into that spiritual place of our soul tribe space, you're not going to have to follow the rules of the world so much. Yeah, you can't run red lights and you don't steal from the supermarket. But what? You are going to be able to live and change your mind and follow your intuition as you see fit. And other people who are part of the soul tribe, meaning people who have also recognized and shifted their identity into this crystal white being. Ooh, isn't that cool? They are going to know that they are of the light and that they are like a diamond or a crystal that reflects the light all the time. And that they are trapped inside, not really trapped, but that they are contained inside of a experiential personal self. And that the light that's reflecting off of the world is just their own thoughts, ideas, and inspirations coming back towards them in some way. And that it is a beautiful exchange of energy. And as you get with those people more and more, you become one of these flowers, one of these higher ground flowers. Guess what you're going to be waiting for when you're in that position? Oh, you're going to be waiting for the bumblebees. The yellow jackets are going to come and visit you. You're going to be a part of this whole beautiful, immaculate world of spiritual visitations. Ooh, some people call it like alien visitation. Ooh, it kind of is in a way because it's happening outside of the world or outside of Earth. It's a little extraterrestrial, which just means outside of the physical world because it's a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual experience, and we're telling spiritual stories. And this is truly that self-care that we are all hoping and looking for. Check it out now. You can see here the divine feminine as that beautiful flower blooming. And then you can see the divine masculine as the intelligent handler of the white light and the variety of the rainbow of colors. And this truly is the higher self-care, the higher ground self-care that we are looking for. These are the two eyes of the divine feminine and the divine masculine of the spiritual embodied person who has woken up or recognized their identity as God living inside of mankind. Will you take this identity trip? Will you come and be with me? Jesus said, hey, Father, I don't want you to take them out of the world. Ew, don't take them out of the world. But please let them be up here on the higher ground where we are, on the higher self, on the higher spiritual energy and consciousness place, on the new identity with all of the rest of us, right? Let them be where we are as this beautiful, reflective being that is living inside of this wonderful reality where there's just one power operating all the time. Who will be receptive to receive this light? Will you trade your identity for that crappy limited one to this other one that's always immaculate and filled with light? Wow, let's take another look because that flower is looking for a bee to come by and to land on it and to be a part of it. Why? Because that's how it is. We have spiritual connections with other people. We wake up spiritually, we get out of ourselves, and we are able to move along this world and connect with others on that spiritual dimension. We communicate with them, represented by this light blue and dark blue, which is the third eye and the throat. We communicate with them from this space of awareness. And we are aware of this story of expanding our lives, of visiting other people, simply to perpetuate the exchange of spiritual information and spiritual energy. It's almost like a pollination experience. It is God going everywhere, God doing everything. It is the big love, the bridge between all stuff. This is how we're connected through this God of everything. You can see how it is with all of the ways that the white light communicates and connects us together. Are you going for the big love, or are you going for the crappy little loves? Don't call them crappy, Brian, they're not. Are you going for the little limited loves of the world, the little ones that come and go, the spiritual one, or are you going for the physical ones? Now you know at some point it's going to be important to, if you're watching this video, especially this long, that you figure out what it means to be a spiritual being, having a human experience if you haven't already. And if you already know what this is like, then you're like, yeah, this all sounds right to me. But if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't mean it's not for you. It just means wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You're the divine feminine and masculine combined as the white light that is radiating out as a DNA structure of light in the world. You are a different type of a being if you choose to be. You have to tell that story and accept the Christ thing, the God thing, the spiritual thing that you are. Will you be able to do this? Can you deal with the balance that's required to hold that up? Because other people around you are telling you you're crazy, or, oh, how do you think you're going to be like God? Ooh, yeah, you know what they did to Jesus when he said it? What? Now you know that what I'm talking about is well worthwhile, because what are we doing on the earth anyway if we're not here to be the image of God in the world, to express love, express light? Aw, I care for the earth, right? To express love, express light, and to become that beautiful expansion of God in the world forever and ever. And there's your little yellow jacket bumblebee butterfly thing. There's your little bee in that black and white. What world in that black and white? What in that black and yellow experience, cracking out of the green heart chakra egg, having access to all of that beautiful pastel blue and red or blue and pink manifestation of a new world. So, built off of duality, the stars are. We are coming up out of ourself, out of that mirror reflection, and we are going to go up and be this new creation. Be that new creation. And when we fly around, we are going to find other people who are waiting for us in their little flower space. And as we mix in with them, we're going to take all that information forward, and we're going to be able to share it with the next person that we meet along our spiritual journey. Life is a journey. We are going through this world, and at the end of the day, what do you really end up with? Come on. Spiritual friendship to the highest max. Oh, look, there's little Brian walking towards some women, bringing spiritual food. That's a little grocery bag. Ooh, make a date for play. A play date. Aw, yeah. Do that with one or more of your friends. And who are they? Oh, you know those are people that have woken up. They know their awareness, the shadow burned off. They are those that are receptive to the light, the little flowers, the agape big loves, the chakra channelers, the soul tribe heartbeat. Come on over, let's meet. When you gonna fly into the space that exists beyond time? Tick tock, tick tock. What are you gonna tell me after the end of this mortal world? Tick tock, tick tock. Duality doesn't have anything for us. Tick tock, tick tock. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Find that great pearl of great price. Bury it inside your mind. Know that you are a spiritual being living inside this bird's nest. What? This nest of duality. This star space that then is meant to be overcome. Look at all the green and blue. Look at all the colors. You are able to be the birth of God in the world over and over and over again. Do you want to be that? Do you want to be a friend of God? Yeah, this reading was absolutely meant for you. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. Just feel it or think about what it causes to come up in your consciousness or in your memories, and think about what's coming out of your mouth and in your mind after you watch it. Think about it. Am I mad? Does it offend me? What's going on there? Figure it out, my friends, because this beautiful flower called you continues to emerge and mix with all of the rest of us on this soul tribe. I embrace and love all of my life, every little bit of it, good, bad, and ugly. And I know now that I am simply a spiritual being having a human experience among a whole bunch of other ones. Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that green heart chakra, or you want to talk about each other? Yeah, let's do that. Take care, have fun. Subscribe to the channel. What? Go ahead and like the video. It helps it to expand and build a bridge to other people who might be here. Let me know what your thoughts are, or what your concerns are, or what your whatevers are. Communicate with me down in the comments. Take care, have fun. I'll see you soon.